Hey everyone, welcome to part 10 of my Minotaur Berserker tutorial. Just kidding, it's only part 7. Such a prankster. So we're in Swamp. What's the deal with Swamp? Swamp is the first of our lair rune branches. These branches, so Swamp, Shoals, Spider, Snake Pit, are all four floors deep. The fourth floor is usually significantly harder than the others, so it's not unusual to do the first 3 floors of one of these and then go do the first 3 floors of the other and then do both level 4. At the moment we don't have any form of poison resist, so we're probably not going to Spider yet. We'll see, we probably are able to do all of Swamp. If you can do all 4 floors of a rune branch and then end it, it's good to, because then it means that you have the additional ability to go into vaults, which requires a rune to enter. So Swamp is a water-themed branch. It tends to have a lot of hydras, and there are a bunch of water-themed enemies. There's an alligator. It's a yellow enemy. And the nice thing is that they can be slowed by cold attacks. So our Broadaxe of Freezing is pretty good in Swamp. The thing to note about hydras in Swamp, one is that you often have to fight a whole bunch at once, which makes them more dangerous. But the other thing is that in water, hydras move faster than they do on land. So if we were walking on land, we'd go the same speed as the hydra, but as it goes through the water, it's going to catch us. We can demonstrate this. So if we're also slowed in water, so if I walk down here, it's 100% going to catch me. There you go. So running away from hydras in Swamp makes them a bit more dangerous because they'll all catch you. But anyway, here's some gloves. We need to drop something. Okay, well, we're still carrying our axe around that we said we won't use. Just to show the game that we're serious about this, let's quiver it with Control Q. I've got to do all items. And F is our fire button. We're going to fire our overpowered axe into the water. Huh, just kidding, we missed. The game is like, no, you can't be doing this, you can't be serious. But yes, we are serious. Here's another little tip. When you're throwing something, I used enter there, so it just threw it and I missed the water. Well, I mean, I missed it, there wasn't anything to hit. If you, when you go to fire rather than enter, use the full stop button, it means you're saying, I want to fire or throw something to this exact tile. So, yes game, we are serious. Here we go, it's gone. You hear a splash. Goodbye, Argo. Anyway, a lot of crawl is actually showing the game that you're serious. For example, I haven't mentioned this before, but when you're tabbing, you should always make sure that you're tabbing with confidence. If the game can sense that you're a bit afraid, it won't be afraid of you. It's kind of like a dog, it can sense your fear. We're going to identify one of our 2s. No, we have a 3. Said resistance. A potion of resistance, there you go, it says it right there. Temporary resistance from fire, cold, electricity, poison, acid. The main one that you tend to use potions of resistance for is electricity, because that's they call it, it's a little bit silly. The devs call electricity resistance a, quote, luxury resistance. It's just that electricity happens to be in most branches of the game. And there are some uniques that can do a whole lot of electricity damage. So that's usually what you keep it for. Let's read it with R, and again, because we're some sort of caveman, we're going to read it off the ground with comma. Plus 7. These guys do electricity damage, for instance, although they don't do much. They just sort of blink around and ping you every now and then. You can hear me tapping with confidence. Yeah, that's right. Swamp Dragon. There's our swamp poison enemy. One of two, although this is the one that actually will do poison damage. Possesses the ability to hit you with Poisonous Cloud. We can try to fight him, and then if he starts poisoning us crazily, we can quaff with Q one of our lignification potions, and then maybe he might drop a Swamp Hide. But okay, so there's a cloud. Ooh, okay, and there's a red enemy. A Thorn Hunter is probably the most dangerous enemy in Swamp. Are they fast? They are. They're fast, they can see invisible, susceptible to fire. If you happen to be a fire mage, it's good. Oh wow, this looks like a new change. It's listing its max damage. Wow, I wonder if they've just done that in Trunk, or I've not seen that my whole crawl career. I don't know what that means. It can hit for up to 23 and hit for up to 27. Because they have 2 attacks. That's interesting. They probably should say it has 2 attacks, because that's a funny way. So there you go. In a single turn, it can do, maths is hard, 60 damage. That's actually 50. God. So it can do 50 damage with its 2 attacks, but it can also volley of thorns, I believe, can do 65 damage in one go, and I don't know, it's either physical, it's not physical damage, but it's kind of like a pure damage thing, or it might be an acid damage type thing. The point is that you can't resist it, as far as I'm aware. I don't think resist corrosion does it. So long story short, Thorn Hunters are really bad. So you can also see all these brambles that have come up. It's another thing that they can do. One, it stops you from running away, but they can also do it such that they block the path between you and it. So while you're having to try to hack your way through these brambles, they'll be shooting you, because they can shoot through the brambles with their thorn things. So this poses quite a sticky situation, because our best way to fight the swamp dragon, unless we want to use a potion of resistance to give us resist poison, is we want to quaff lignification. But if we quaff lignification, it means that we won't be able to move. So while we're sitting here, the Thorn Hunter might then just sit there and shoot us, and then we're going to die. So what we're going to do, and this I think might be the first time we've done it, is we're going to teleport. And the thing about teleports is that you want to do them early. So I'm still at almost full HP when I'm teleporting. It's more, if you realize the situation is bad, you're better off teleporting early. And then rather than getting to, I'm on half HP or I'm on low HP, and now I might teleport somewhere in this uncovered area. Or I might, if we're really unlucky, we might teleport, say, right here, a few tiles away, and then we're in the same situation. So earlier rather than better. After read, we're going to read F for teleport, and then I'm going to stand between, while a teleport takes a few turns to kick in, I'm going to stand between the Thorn Hunter and the dragon so that the dragon kind of blocks me from the thorns. There we go, we teleported. And we ended up somewhere that wasn't dangerous. So we got out of that one. If we can, we'll try to fight those two one at a time. If we find them again. There's our swamp dragon. So we can fight him. If he doesn't poison us, we won't lignification. He did. We'll step out of it. One's fine, you can see I'm only going to take... What is happening? I'm only going to take a little bit of poison damage. That one's a bit... How many curings do we have? 12. Okay. Well, in that case, we'll just drink one so that the Thorn Hunter doesn't come when we've got very little HP and snipe us. There he is. Okay. Normal range tactics apply to a Thorn Hunter, but doubly so, because if you try to run at them from range, in addition to just shooting you, he might put up the brambles and then you're stuck in the open and you can't even get to him. So we're going to run away. He's not seen us. He has now. As quickly as we can, we're going to get out of sight and we're going to get around the corner. We're going to get around this one even. You saw that he was vulnerable to fire, so we could put on our flaming war axe. The thing is, the broad axe is a more damaging axe as it is, and then we have +5 extra enchantment, so even with the vulnerability, I think this is still better. Ow, the thorns hurt. They really hurt. If you ever drop to below 65 HP, you need to be healing. By the way. Hey, we could have zerked that. I'm a berserker. Yeah, why didn't we? I don't know. God. These bug body guys shoot little cold things at you. They're not that dangerous unless you happen to be on low health when you see them. Let's identify a potion of Berserk Rage. There is D for drop. Absolutely no reason to have one of those. Our ability has no % chance to fail, so there's no reason we'd ever quaff a potion rather than just use our ability. That's not true, actually. It's possible to be silenced, but whatever. It's such a niche case that we won't even worry about it. Vampire mosquitoes. I think we've seen them in Dungeon and Lair. They're not that dangerous. Spriggan Riders. These guys are, because they're Spriggans, they're fast. They have polearms. Always. Wielding spear. I think they always have spears. They don't have any magic to speak of. As far as I'm aware. No, they don't. But they're quite evasive. They have quite a high MR. And they're fast and hit you from ranged. So you're not going to run from them. Oh dear, that one killed himself with rocks. It's more, again, their main danger, and with a lot of crawl, is if you find those Spriggan Riders at the same time as, say, a Thorn Hunter or something, and then, we'd have one hard fight, and then these guys would... Ooh, this is a strange fault. Would chase us, pinging us with spears from distance. We want our Flaming Axe, Hydra, tab with confidence. Here is a rune chainmail. We're going to try this on because it might be poison. Capital W for wear. Hey, it is. Okay. So we just found a poison resistance chainmail. How much? This is 21 AC, 19 EV. With the fire resistance, we're 32. So, not going to wear it in Swamp because we have lignification, but the chainmail is going to be really nice to have for the spider's nest, which you definitely want poison resist. Keep trying to pick up these. I'm going to hit my backslash button, and then I'm going to hit X, and I'm going to turn them off, so now the game won't keep trying to pick them up. Flaming. Don't stand in water when you fight. Confidence. Gonna eat that. Cool. And we're having a pretty easy time, a Swamp. Here's a new enemy. Yellow, it's a ghost crab. Wow. This must be a new change. This is cool. It can bite for up to 20 damage, and if it beats armor, drains skills. And claw for up to 15 damage. And if it beats armor, drains skills. This is pretty cool. So the devs are putting in like an actual monster damage indication. So the main thing that ghosts do is Spectral Cloud. If we hit A, we can read what that does. Deals a cloud of mist that it deals damage to you over time, but it also summons these undead creatures which can drain you too. In effect, those spectral creatures are summons, so we'll fight this ghost crab like it's a summoner. We'll start off fighting it here, and if it does its stupid cloud thing, we'll go upstairs, and its spectral summons won't follow. Because we now have a Hydra, we're going to switch to Flaming. Never did it. Hey, a glowing hat. Capital W for wear. Do we want to keep equipping ourselves? Yes, we will, because we're not afraid of a bug body. A +1 hat. Cool, so that gave us 1 extra AC. A hat has a base armor rating of 0. So if you are a normal species that can wear a helmet, that has base armor 1, you'd rather wear a helmet. But as a Minotaur with horns, you can only wear hats. Hats can have a few different intrinsic properties as well if you're lucky. Probably the most beneficial for us right now would be CE Invis. But plus Int would be nice. We could wear our ring. A Swamp Drake. This is the other form of poison enemy. I'll show it to you. It's not poison as such. There you go. They do these noxious fume clouds that if you then stand in them, you get confused. So if you have resist poison, you won't get confused. On their own, they're not that dangerous because they don't do anything to you, but being confused around other dangerous enemies is when you need to be worried. Trug just gave us an Executioner's Axe. That is the heaviest form of axe in the game. It reaches... We'll have a look. We can't carry items. What are we going to get rid of? Let's get rid of... I want all these things. All the things. Let's just eat the rest of our fruit. And we'll eat this royal jelly. Okay. Let's have a look. The weapon's minimum attack delay is reached at 26. So, they're big axes. Executioner's axes, if you weren't wearing a shield, they're very rare as well. You won't often find them in the dungeon. You need someone like Trog. But, yeah. That would be cool. If you were a two-hander. You can see we're not having that much of an issue in Swamp. Swamp 1 to 3, except for some particularly dangerous things such as Thorn Hunters, and there's another dangerous enemy that we haven't seen yet. It's pretty easy. It's really Swamp 4 where you might have 20 Hydras at once that you are worried. Here's a File of Floods. This is it's an evocable item that it does some water damage when you first shoot it, and then it summons another one. It summons a little water elemental to fight for you. Gets stronger with higher evocation skill. So we've got a choice here of trying to run all the way back here. Doesn't look so good. It hasn't seen us, and we're not that far up. We're just gonna, hey, we can reflect thorns back at it. That's OP. Here you go. This is why running at it kind of sucks. Alright, change of plan. Get away! Get away! And it's blocking us in, but it can't see us, so we can hack at these. Oh my god, Thorn Hunters, why? Okay, there we go. Now it'll come to us. Let's suck. Got it. Carved it like a ham. How do you carve a plant like a ham? That's a good question. Swamp 4. Okay. Swamp 4, where there's going to be a vault somewhere that has the rune in it. And it's going to have a lot of Hydras. These druids, words are hard, X, V, they have a few different spells here, none of which actually affect us in terms of Trog's Hand. The main one is this one, Awakened Forest. If you are next to a tree while they do this whole forest dance thing, you'll take unavoidable damage. So try not to stand somewhere like this and fight it, stand in the open. Make that guy come next to us. Also when they die, they might... We can stand next to a tree if we're just fighting him. There we go. They also might other monsters that are around when they die. So mighted Hydras hurt. Let's try this ring on. It is a +4 Ring of Slaying. Okay. If you just found that, 100% use that. I'm not going to because I'm showing you that you can win. Ooh. You can win the game even without OP things that you find. One of the cool thing about branch endings, and this is particularly true of Swamp, is that they can have different themes. So this is one of them. It looks like we found a cold theme. It can also be a fire theme, there can be an undead theme, and there are a couple of different endings as well where there's a unique Hydra. It's called Learning. Let's have a look. I wonder if I can find him like that. The one-headed Lonian Hydra. Why is that only one-headed? There we go. No, still. Okay, I think the Lonian Hydra starts off with 27 heads. Is this crazy Hydra unique? Some endings of Swamp have him, and in most cases at this point in the game I'd suggest that you run the hell away from him. We have, what do we have? We've got 1 resist to cold. So this might be an example. If you had no cold resistance, you might get to this floor and then go no good. I've got my poison resistance, I'll go do spider. But because we have one, we can stay. The game's put these red exclusion tiles because there are freezing clouds appearing here. So it actually gets so annoying to walk through when you're speedrunning. Anyway, we're gonna have to walk through those. The nice thing about the exclusions is that it means that we can do the rest of the level before the actual end vault. Get out of the water. A swamp dragon, 2 of them. Alright. Perfect opportunity to become a tree. Quaff for Q, other way around, Q for quaff. Tree strats. Now we have poison resistance. Didn't get... Now that we have a chainmail of poison, we don't care so much, but note that we haven't had a swamp dragon armor drop. Azel, yellow unique. XV, examine her. She has a 64% chance to sleep us, which we don't want, and Venom Bolt, and Poison Arrow. So she does a lot of poison damage. So first things first, we don't want to be slept. I'm going to put up Trog's hand. Hey, we're reflecting arrows back at her. And because she does a lot of poison damage, let's be... I'm going to move towards her a bit first to make sure she comes to me, because I don't want her to just shoot me. Tree strats. Oh, my Trog's hand ran out. I didn't even notice. Okay, we got slept. Let's... Trog's hand. And let's berserk. Let's be a berserk tree. Yeah. Got it. She did a lot of damage. You can see, even while we're resistant to poison, we are at roughly half health. If you don't have some form of poison resistance, do not fight her. She's fast though, so you might have to teleport, or Brothers in Arms is a good way to do it. There we go. Okay, we've done all of the floor except for now our vault. Because it's the cold themed one, it's good and bad. So we're not going to have normal hydras, but we're going to have these simulacrum. They're much more fragile than a normal hydra is, except the cold damage that their heads do is way more. So if you don't have some form of cold resist, I wouldn't suggest fighting them at all. The other thing about them though is that this is true of all, not all, but of most zombies and skeleton type things, is that they have lower magic resist. So you can see if we capital V for evoke, if we point a paralysis wand at them, we got a 50% chance. So that's always good to keep in mind. Yeah. If you get low HP, and they're also slow, I think. Can we? Yeah, we can. We can walk away from them. So, as long as you take this slowly, you go one at a time. If the situation gets sketchy, you can walk away. If for some reason you can't walk away, you could try to paralyze it. This is an ice dragon. Their whole deal is that, as you might imagine, they shoot cold damage at you. We're going to step around the corner so it comes to us. Team drop scales. Just one at a time, nice and easy. Oh, you can see there how much damage I just took in one turn. I just lost about half my health. It's because cold damage really hurts. Now we employ the walk away. And at this point, what am I going to do? If I read a teleport, I could end up... I'd have to be really unlucky to end up in the chamber. So we're going to do that. I could run away, but the ice dragon's going to keep shooting me, and I'd just rather not. Oh my god, it hurts so much. Yeah, there we go. We teleported away. It's really showing you how dangerous this is if you didn't have any form of cold resistance, because I do, and I just lost half my health in one go to that Hydra. We are sort of getting into the I'm just fighting this dragon at very little HP. Oh my god, it keeps hitting me. We're gonna Zerk. There you go. I wouldn't suggest you do that. As in fight things like that at low HP. Because I was kind of confident that that dragon was going to kill me. But situations like that, you might drink a heal wounds or two to get up a bit of HP before zerking it. Let's see if we can paralyze it. This is I think the Hydra that, yeah, that one was a painful Hydra. And then this one we just one-shot it. Shift X to travel because stupid exclusions. More. And we'll go again. Just take it nice and slow. And don't run in like you're crazy. If it gets bad, then we'll teleport away again. There's the rune. Try not to fight two at once. Yeah, they're slow. Yes, we want to travel. Yes, we want to travel. This is, yes, we want to travel. Okay, we picked it up. Cool. If we do, it is the square bracket that is, I don't know to say it's pointing left or right. Its hinges are to the left. Anyway, what's the other one? The other one is to inscribe. Huh, I've never seen this many. Okay, anyway, hit your square brackets. One of them will show you this, which is all the runes that you've collected. Which for us is the decaying rune. Hooray! Now we're going to try to get out of here. Yes, we want to walk in. Yes, we want to walk in. When you're speedrunning, this makes you go absolutely mental. Yes. And especially if they're freezing clouds, watch this. Let's see if we can get this tile to... No, we can't, because I want to show it to you, it's not happening. Ah, there we go. So I want to walk into this one. Do I really want to walk into the freezing cloud? Yes. Do I really want to walk into the Chalk Squid? Yes. And because you're trying to press that at 1,000,000 miles an hour, you invariably mess up and then you have to start again. Anyway, so that's our swamp rune. We now have our first rune, which is a nice achievement. And we'll leave it there for this one.